Can you imagine a border that's not just a line on the map, but a wall built from centuries of hatred? Between Pakistan and Afghanistan, the flames of war have erupted once again. This isn't just a minor clash. It's a bitter, colorless conflict that has now changed its shape entirely. In this documentary, we dive deep into this story through facts, not fiction. We'll explore the rise of Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, TTP, a terrorist organization fighting against Pakistan, their refuge in Afghanistan, and the history that shaped this chaos. Everything clear, engaging, and rooted in truth. What is TTP? The Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, or TTP, is a militant group formed in 2007. They're widely known as the Pakistani Taliban, working in close alliance with the Afghan Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Their goal? To enforce Sharia law in Pakistan through bombings, attacks, and terror. Many believe that TTP, the Afghan Taliban, and Al-Qaeda are merely three faces of the same ideology. And sadly, that belief is proving true once again. On October 8th, TTP militants launched a major attack along Pakistan's border. A major, a lieutenant, and 11 Pakistani soldiers were martyred. This wasn't an isolated incident. It was the result of 5 years of frustration and warnings. Pakistan had repeatedly told the Afghan Taliban that TTP leaders are based in Afghanistan and demanded their arrest or extradition. But the Taliban refused because they see TTP as their brothers in arms. That understanding is crystal clear. The Taliban treat them as guests, not enemies. Since the Taliban took control of Afghanistan in August 2021, border skirmishes have occurred repeatedly. But now, the situation has worsened. TTP fighters are crossing from Afghan soil into Pakistan, launching attacks. Pakistan, with the help of China, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Russia, tried to pressure the Taliban into action, all in vain. TTP leaders like Nur Wali Mehsud and his entire council remain active inside Afghanistan. When Pakistan complains, the Taliban simply say, "Sit down." Talk to them? Talk? With those who openly want to overthrow the Pakistani government? That's their declared aim. On October 9th, Taliban's Defense Minister Sirajuddin Haqqani made a surprise visit to India. From there, he warned Pakistan, "Remember what we did to the British Empire, to Russia, and to America. It's a popular threat." But let's uncover the truth behind it. The Taliban claim they defeated these powers, but history tells a more complicated story. Take the British Empire, for instance. In the 18th and 19th centuries, Britain, Russia, and America all entered Afghan territory, ruled for a time, and eventually withdrew. But that doesn't mean Afghanistan achieved total victory. During the First Anglo-Afghan War, 1842, around 4,000 British soldiers and 12,000 civilians were massacred while retreating from Kabul to Jalalabad. Only one man, Dr. William Bryden, survived. Britain later retaliated, burning markets, killing resistors, and forcing Afghan leaders to flee. So it was a pendulum, victory and defeat, again and again. The Taliban's modern threat is based on myth, not fact. Pakistan isn't trying to occupy Afghanistan, only to stop TTP's terrorism. On October 10th, Pakistan retaliated with targeted strikes in Kabul, hitting TTP terrorists and their command centers. These were cross-border attacks. At first, both sides denied involvement, almost as if there was an understanding. If Pakistan strikes TTP, the Taliban won't overreact. But the Taliban did respond, with heavy border fire from Chitral to Jab lasting through the night. According to Pakistan, the 2,600-kilometer border fence was damaged and militants tried to infiltrate. Journalist Sami Yousafzai tweeted that the Taliban initially decided on a limited response, but miscalculated. Troops overgathered and it backfired. No country can remain silent when its sovereignty is violated. Still, Pakistan's military strength far outweighs Afghanistan's. So why the misstep? Because the Taliban is a guerrilla force, not a regular army, and the losses were heavy. 21 outposts destroyed, including the major camp at Spin Boldak, which housed security, intelligence, and operations units. Pakistan claims to have hit around 200 terrorists from TTP and Taliban forces combined. The Taliban claim to have killed 50 to 60 Pakistanis, but the footage shows the truth. Missile strikes, Taliban posts destroyed, and Pakistani flags raised over captured sites. Those posts were briefly seized, then returned. The border is long, 2,600 kilometers, from Chitral, Torkham, Angkor-Ada to Chaman, all witnessing heavy fire. The Taliban used machine guns and rocket launchers, but their range was limited. Meanwhile, Haqqani was in India, issuing threats from there, a clear violation of diplomatic norms and a signal of possible collaboration against Pakistan. Memories of Pulwama resurface when Pakistan responded decisively. Yet again, the Taliban chose emotion over reason, just as they once risked their entire nation for Osama bin Laden. Now, they're doing it again, for TTP, from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., and again for 12 straight hours. Pakistan continued its strikes across Torkham, Angkor-Ada, and Chaman. Footage showed missiles silencing enemy artillery. The Taliban's limited counterstrike was more about saving face before their people. But it revealed weakness, not strength. For TTP, the same terrorists responsible for thousands of Pakistani deaths. History repeats itself. Once for bin Laden, now for TTP. Even Pakistan's allies like Saudi Arabia simply issued appeals, not actions. Pakistan's biggest flaw? An inconsistent Afghan policy. Support during the Soviet War, support for Mullah Omar, then opposition after 9/11, a cycle of contradictions. And Afghanistan? It never recognized the Durand Line, the border established in 1893 under Amir Abdul Rahman. In 1919, they attacked Pakistan's territory. Every Afghan regime since has challenged this boundary. Even today, Haqqani demands a redefinition of the border, proving that the Taliban still reject it. Their recent incursions confirm that when posts are attacked, they rarely allow them to be rebuilt. The region once belonged to Ahmad Shah Abdali in 1747, and before that, it was under Iran, Central Asia, and Delhi. The Taliban's claim of being invincible is false. From the Greeks to the Americans, everyone ruled, and everyone eventually left. The British built the Wakhan corridor as a buffer zone. Amir Abdul Rahman drew the Durand Line. In 1979, the Soviets invaded to save a communist regime, but Pakistani intelligence, American weapons, and Saudi money turned the tide. Then came 20 years of American occupation, ended through the Doha Agreement. The U.S. achieved its goal, eliminating al-Qaeda. Afghanistan, meanwhile, has always depended on foreign influence. That's not pride, that's instability. The real question: what kind of governance do they have? Do people want to come, or are they desperate to leave? After the Ottoman Empire fell in 1919, Muslims fled to Afghanistan, but starved and returned. Today, 4 million Afghan refugees live in Pakistan, and they don't want to go back. It's not glory to have defeated superpowers if you couldn't build a functioning society. In Afghanistan, women are silenced under ignorance, and men hide behind false honor. Remember the story of the old woman's rooster, who believed his crowing made the sun rise. He kept crowing until he died. That's the Taliban today, destroying themselves in the name of honor. Pakistan, Afghanistan, and India. Together, they could shape the destiny of 2 billion people. Instead, they fight ghosts of history. This was a story of history and truth, the deep roots of Pakistan-Afghanistan tensions. Stay tuned for our series.